Students, good morning. I hope you are healthy and happy. Students, just before two chapters of mathematics is already completed. Chapter number first, number system, it was taught by me, and second chapter, it was taught by Malik sir. Now once again we have to start a new chapter, that is chapter number third, and it is related to coordinate geometry. It is a branch of mathematics. So before going there, we have to think over what are the components of coordinate geometry. Without knowing, we cannot understand what meaning of this coordinate geometry is there. So basically, this coordinate geometry is the branch of mathematics. And what need was there and why was it introduced? You may observe here, the title is written here, coordinate geometry. Meaning of that is, geometrical problems are solved through algebra by coordinate system. Try to follow it once again. This heading indicates coordinate geometry. Meaning is that geometrical problems are solved through algebra by the process of coordinate geometry. That's why it is called coordinate geometry. Now, what purpose of this coordinate geometry is there? Why was it introduced? Suppose a surface is here and you want to locate a point. So how can you locate a point? It was a problem for the mathematician. How can we take the references? How can we locate the point? This was the problem. And for this problem, mathematician considered and a new branch of mathematics was introduced. As far René Descartes is concerned, he was a great French philosopher and mathematician. He was born in 1596 and passed away 1650. During this year, he contributed a kind of mathematics that is coordinate geometry. First time, René Descartes introduced this coordinate geometry, and what was the purpose? The purpose was to locate a point with reference axis. Suppose a surface is given, a plane is given. So how can we locate? Suppose a point is marked here. So what ways would be there to locate this point? This is the problem, and this was solved by René Descartes, and he firstly introduced the branch of mathematics, and it is called coordinate geometry. Now, as we consider, geometrical problems are solved through algebra by coordinate system. That's why it is coordinate geometry. Now, the prime object is how to locate a point on a surface, on a plane. Plane is extended form of surface. If surface is extended infinitely in all the direction, so that would become a plane. And this concept, a plane is wide and vast. So what ways are there to locate a point, to trace a point? This was a problem, and for solving this problem, this branch of mathematics was brought here. So many several factors are there. Before going to start this coordinate geometry, we have to discuss about order pair. Pair, you know, a system in which two facts are considered. A pair of shoes indicates a combination of two items. If two items are kept here and we consider parallel, we consider always where 2 points are combined, this is called a pair. 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, like that. So what is ordered pair? You may mark here. Ordered pair means what? If A and B are there and these are noted down, A is a quantity or real number, B is also a real number or a quantity or a number. A is written first and B is also written afterward. Means first place is given to A and second place is given to B. So this representation inside the bracket is called order pair. A is a number, B is also a number, in between a comma is used. So it is certain that A will be written where? First, and B will be written at second. So by this way, A comma B is presented inside the small bracket. So this one is order pair because two numbers are going always. Another order pair can also be taken. Suppose C is there and D is there. So C is taken at first place and D is taken at second place. So this one is also order pair C and D. Now two things are there, A comma B, and second order pair also may be taken B comma A. So can you say that both are equal? A order B, B order A. This one is order pair number first, this one is order pair number second. So can we say order pair AB equal to order pair BA? Now here it is a question for you. You may be familiar with a system is there in which the first place is given to A. In the same system, B is noted down and it is given second place. As considered here, just the reverse is there. B is given to first place and A is given to second place. So are they equal? So definitely not, because at first place here it is A, at first place here it is B. On second chair here it is B, on second chair it is given to A. So both are not equal. It may be possible only when the value of A and B is equal. It may be possible the order pair AB and order pair BA will be equal if and only if condition is there. If and only if what? A equal to B. If both the quantities are equal, then AB order pair will be equal to order pair BA. Otherwise, they are not equal. See, you may take example, 2 is there, both are equal. If you interchange their places, So they are equal also. So this can be noted down. This will be noted down first, and this can be noted down to here, and this one, both are equal. In general, order pair AB is not equal to order pair BA. It may be equal if and only if the value of A is equal to B. Only then order pair AB will be equal to order pair BA. Only one situation, if you deduct only one situation of this one A equal to B, in general form, order pair AB is not equal to order pair BA. Meaning is that what is given at first place and second one is given to second place. The same should be there, only then order pair may be equal. Their order must be fixed. If order pair, in order pair, the position of these numbers are already fixed at first place and second, and you know pair means we are talking about only of the two numbers. Then AB is represented as order pair. Now we have to discuss about plane and Cartesian plane. What is plane and what is difference between this plane to Cartesian plane? So we have to discuss about plane and Cartesian plane. For this purpose, we have to understand. What to understand? What is a plane and what is difference between plane and Cartesian plane? Now we may observe here. Now you may observe a plane, concept of plane is given here. No any reference axis is given. It is simply a plane given here, represented here. So what to do? First at all, this will be divided into four parts by two perpendicular lines. One is vertical and second one is horizontal. These two perpendicular lines, keep in mind perpendicular lines, we are talking about perpendicular lines. If these two perpendicular lines are traced here, one is vertical and second one is horizontal, so we form four parts of this surface, four parts of this plane, and that plane will be known as Cartesian plane. If plane is not divided into four parts, till that it is simply called a plane. If it is divided into four parts with the help of these perpendicular lines, one is vertical and second one is horizontal, so this division represents Cartesian plane. And in this Cartesian plane, we apply our coordinate geometry. We discuss all those problems of coordinate geometry only in Cartesian plane. We were talking about two perpendicular lines. One is horizontal, second one is perpendicular. Between these two lines, there is formation of 90 degree. And you have studied, if two lines are intersected at 90 degree, so what are these lines called? Can you tell me? Absolutely correct. These lines are perpendicular lines. So this vertical line is representing one line, this one is number line, and this one is horizontal. This one is also representing numbers. So one number line is horizontal and second number line is vertical. You may observe here, they are intersecting at a point that is O, and this point of intersection is known as origin. What is called O? O is called origin. This one is known as origin. So how can you define origin? Suppose in examination it is asked, define origin. So what will be here? The perpendicular lines where intersect. This point of intersection is known as origin. Clear? Now, one line is horizontal. Which one? X, O, X dash. So this is called axis of reference. This one is one axis of reference, and this one is second axis of reference. One is horizontal, second one is vertical. So those are axes. One axis, this one, this is called X axis, and this one is called Y axis. Once again see here, line XOX dash is X axis, and line YOY dash is Y axis. Now these perpendicular lines are intersecting at O, and O is called origin. We have explained it. Now mark here, there is always an formation of 90 degree. This one is 90. So vertically opposite angle will also be 90. By linear pair this angle will also be 90. And by vertically opposite this will also be 90. So these lines are perpendicular lines intersecting at 90 degrees. Clear? Now see, now we have to decide, this one is Y axis, this one is X axis. Now after drawing these axes of references, this surface is divided into four parts. One part is between this one and this one. This part is, second part is here. It is bounded by this one and this one. Third part is here. It is bounded by this one and this one. And this one is the last fourth part. It is bounded by this one and this one. It means just after drawing perpendicular lines, this one is divided into four parts, and these four parts are known as quadrants. What are those? These are quadrants. Quadrans. Quadrants. These are called quadrants. Why quadrants? Not only quadrant, because four quadrants are formed here. So this one is known as, since this one is belonging to first, so this is called first quadrant. First quadrant. Now go here. This one is anti-clockwise we go. This one is second quadrant. This part is known as third quadrant. And last one is fourth quadrant. In this way, we have divided this plane into four parts containing four quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. We go anti-clockwise, not clockwise. Keep in mind, we go anti-clockwise to obtain what? These quadrants in systematic way. First, second, third, and this one fourth. Now see, opposite quadrants. We talk about vertically opposite quadrants. See, vertically opposite to first quadrant is quadrant number third. Vertically opposite to second one is quadrant number 4. First, second, third, and fourth and 1. These are adjacent quadrants. But first and third, second and fourth are called vertically opposite quadrants, or simply we say opposite quadrants. After dividing these quadrants, we must know about the convention of sign. You know convention of sign? It has been taught in previous classes. We have just to revise here, and we will try to find out the problems related to coordinate geometry. What is sign convention? You may mark here. 0 of x-axis and 0 of y-axis are meeting here, and formation of origin is here. So just going to right side of 0, what will be there? It is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, and so on. It will go to infinite, because here it is arrow, and arrow indicates it goes to infinite. Just right side to y-axis, the distance is measured what? Positive. This one is y-axis. Right to y-axis is always positive. And what is left to y-axis? These values are negative values. So just before 0, what is there? -1. If you recollect integer, you may observe here, before it is -2, -3, -4. Like that, it will also go to infinite, because this is arrow and it indicates that it is going to infinite. Now see, some distances are measured above to x-axis and some are below x-axis. The distances which are measured above axis, so these are positive here. See, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. And the distances which are measured below x-axis, these are negative integers. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, dot, dot, dot. It goes to infinite. In this way, sign convention is clearly depicted here, clearly explained here. Right to y-axis, positive distances. Left to y-axis, negative distance. Above x-axis, up to x-axis, it is positive. Below x-axis, it is negative. In this way, we can decide the sign convention of all these quadrants. And how many quadrants are there? We have discussed 4 quadrants so far. Quadrant number 1, quadrant number 2, quadrant number 3, quadrant number 4. So how to decide the values, and how can we identify which point will lie and which quadrant? So for this, again we have to focus upon convention of sign. If we go to convention of sign, so easily we can trace the quadrant of any point. This is used only to locate a point. Now 4 houses are there, and we have to locate different points on these, belonging to these houses, 4 houses, and some point will also lie where? On these reference axes. So For representing points, this type of Cartesian plane is framed here. Now we have to consider about the convention of sign of first quadrant. What will be sign of? Now see, this first quadrant is covered by OX and OY. See here, OX and OY. It is bounded area of OX and OY. This much space is there. So you may mark the distance on x-axis is positive and the distance on y-axis is also positive. In order pair form, this distance is positive and this one is also. So this distance will be written first and this distance will be written afterward in order pair form. Because all those suppose A and B are in order pair, so A is represented on x-axis and B is represented on y-axis. Clear? So firstly we represent which distance on x-axis, and x-axis all are positive. See here in bracket, first one is positive and what value of B is there? So B is also positive. In first quadrant, the sign convention is both A and B are positive. A is positive and B is also positive. The distance on x-axis is positive. The distance on y-axis is positive. You may observe here, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, positive 5, dot dot dot. Here, positive, 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 all are there. So any quadrant bounded by positive and positive, so sign convention of that quadrant will be plus plus. Inside the bracket, if both the values are plus plus, so very frankly you may say that this point will lie where? On first quadrant. For example, suppose a point is there 3, 4. Suppose a point is there 3, 4. So what will be location of this point 3, 4? You may observe here. 3 is positive and 4 is positive. Both x and y are positive here. So this point will lie where? In this quadrant. Similarly, we go to second quadrant. We are talking about second quadrant. How can we decide it? Firstly, the distance on x-axis, the value of x-axis is negative here, but y is positive. You may observe here, this one is bounded area of OY and OX. So firstly we consider sign of x. So sign of x is negative and sign of y is taken positive. So sign convention of second quadrant is minus plus. Suppose an order pair is given -3 and 4. So ultimately this one is negative and this one is positive. Negative, positive. So this point will lie in this quadrant. Now consider about third quadrant. It is bounded by OX dash and OY dash. See, OX dash is all negative and OY dash is also negative. So x is negative and y is negative. So sign convention of this one is both negative. Negative, negative. See, suppose a point or an order pair is there, that is -3, -4. and someone is asking to which quadrant this -3 and -4 belong. So what will be your answer? X is negative, y is negative, both are negative, so this point will lie in third quadrant. Now let us decide the sign convention of fourth quadrant. Students, see firstly on x axis, x is taken positive and y is taken all negative. So firstly x, the value of x positive and the value of y negative. If this type of sign is there, so definitely that point will lie to the fourth quadrant. For example, suppose 3 and -4 is there and someone is asking to which quadrant this point belongs. So what will be your answer? So you have to respond that the first value is positive and second value is negative. If first one is positive, second one is negative, so it is the element of fourth quadrant. Once again, recalculation. If first one is positive, second one is also positive, so that point will, that order pair will belong to first quadrant. If in one order pair, first one is negative and second one is positive, so negative positive it goes to second quadrant. If a point is there and both are negative, both are negative, it means what? It belongs to quadrant number third. Suppose first one is positive of order pair and second one is negative, so that will lie where? In fourth quadrant. I hope you will be able to find out and decide how to locate these points to their particular quadrants. So very easily you can trace those points on the basis of this sign convention. Positive positive, first quadrant, negative positive, second quadrant, negative negative, third quadrant, positive negative, fourth quadrant. In this way we can decide the location. We can give and assume the idea of the point to which quadrant it belongs. In this way, today we have understood what the meaning of coordinate geometry is there, what is the meaning of order pair is there, how can we change this plane into Cartesian plane, what are their sign conventions. All these we have studied. On the basis of sign convention, we have decided the sign convention of quadrants. On the basis of this, we can easily trace any order pair to their respective quadrant. In this way, in introductory points, we have discussed all these. What to do today? Today you will manage some graph sheets that is easily available at a stationery shop. You will purchase those graph sheets. These are required here because we have to locate the points. So these are compulsory for you. Don't purchase copy, only graph sheets are there. And in my copy, which is meant for NCERT, chapter number 1st, number system, in which we have discussed, in the same copy you will mention there chapter number 3rd, and you have to solve all these in that copy which I taught in very early stage. Whatever is taught by Malik sir, you will try to solve those questions and answers in Malik sir copy, in my copy, that is first chapter, in which we have discussed about number system. In that, these chapters will be solved there. So before going, you will put chapter number 3rd, coordinate geometry, on page number 65 of NCERT book. Try to understand here, page number 65. of NCERT book. Different points are there. Summary of the chapter is given. So you have to note down the summary of this chapter. Once again, pay your attention here. Hide your attention. Lend your ears and follow here. What to do? You will go and page number 65 of NCERT book. Summary of this chapter is given. You will note down this summary on very first page. After that, you will sketch this diagram, and there you will represent all those points which are discussed here. In the same way, it will be done where? On second page. Later on, I will tell what to do. So two things are there. Firstly, you will manage some graph sheets. No need to manage copies because you will tear and paste in your copy. So there is no matter to purchase a separate copy for coordinate geometry. You will perform in math first copy, which one is meant for classwork and CRT. So you will perform this, and you will firstly note down summary which is given on page number 65. Then putting heading, you will draw and note down origin, first quadrant, second quadrant, third one, fourth one, their sign convention, this one, with examples. Examples are also given there. So you will sketch this figure where on your copy no graph sheet is required here up to here. Later on graph will be used. I hope you understand and you will complete your work timely. Thank you. Have a nice day.